Hello and welcome to a level 100 bard guide, and just a FYI, this is a boxed bard kind of guide, so there will not be any solo action in this because I don't even recommend soloing a bard. So here we go. This is an add-on to the level 95 one I've already done. So let's kind of go into the spell lineup I got going on here, and we'll go through some of the hotkeys and stuff I have and whatnot. So gear-wise, I am currently wearing a good portion of level 100 castaway gear. I'm missing like arms and boots, I think. That's about it. And then everything else is Reign of Fear, I think tier 1 gear. Nothing too fancy there. And I do have a serrated limb lopper and a soul short spear from the Call of the Forsaken group vendor, which are respectable weapons. Bard melee is not exactly cutting edge, if you will, but it's got it's got a recommended level and a required level. That's just funny. But it's not that great of damage, but it's something, so let's keep that in mind. So the gear is pretty standard. It's just whatever I can get a hold of at the time. You can kind of see that it's mismatched colors throughout that. So let's go ahead and do it. So my first one is Area of the Vakir. So this will increase our companion's spell damage by 41% and decay on spells over level 100. I need the new one, so this is the level 100 version. I need the new one at some point. Increases your companion's attack speed and chance to flurry. So this is over haste by 25% plus a chance to flurry. So that helps Tuwani, who is right over there. All right, and then I have Arcane Hem, which fuels the destructive power of your group members, applying additional damage effects to their attacks and spells they cast. So this will give a proc buff. I believe it's this one right here. I don't know how much damage it does, but it's a 4. I think it's 4. 26 seconds. You get four procs before it gets refreshed on the next thing. So it's a little extra damage. What you would call ADPS, which is the role of a bard, in my opinion. The role of the bard is support, and that's what I use this bard for. That's why it's box bard. So kind of something there. So we have War March of the Protan. This is the level 99 haste song. So this will increase our attack speed by 60%, which at this point doesn't really matter because the shaman gives us that through 2 different means. And then it increases our strength by 227, which I don't believe that matters because we're all capped on strength. But it increases the attack rating by 134 and gives us a 96 point damage shield. So whenever we get attacked, so that helps. Helps with Tuwani. She gets attacked, does more damage, less damage we have to do overall. So it's just something good to twist in there with all the other songs. Dobin's Spry Sonata. So this one is a increases the armor class, resistance. It's kind of more of a tank spell, right? And then reduces damage shield taking from offhand attacks. So this is more of a defensive spell that I cast, or song that she sings, right? I need the armor class for Tuwani. She tanks, and monks have good armor class and stuff already, but this just helps a lot more. Helps with spells. I don't even think spells really land on us at all at this point. It's hard to tell. It's easier to see that kind of stuff at lower levels. At higher levels, things are going so fast. I don't even know if they cast. See here. This is Chorus of Solara, and this is just our mana song. This is health and mana for everybody nearby. And Dirge of Dreams. So this is a little bit older of a spell, 87. I don't know why I haven't upgraded it yet. Let me see if I can. Maybe I've missed it over Where is this one at? Beneficial. It's like Dirge. I don't know why I haven't upgraded it. I don't even know why I sing it, really. It's, you know, gives us kind of like a rune for melee attack stuff. It's useful, right? It's not even in the rune category. I don't even know where it's at. There it is. Shielding. So it's a little bit extra, right? And every little bit helps, and I could probably replace that spell slot with something else. I just haven't thought of something yet. Then I have Lively Crescendo here. This is just another kind of it's a duration-based return of resources. Helps sustain a little bit, but not too much. Calvic's Song of Suffering. So this is another additional proc that gets added. I believe it's this one right here. So it's like a 3 or 4 proc. They generate less hate than normal, but it adds more damage, right? So very nice addition to our group. We're constantly spamming attacks with Tawani, so anything that adds to that is good for everything. And then I have Aura of Solera. So this is an aura that doesn't last long enough in my opinion, but it goes right here in the aura window, right? And it's just a constant aura of mana regen. I don't even see it over here. Maybe I can see it on one of the other characters. Yeah, I don't see it there either. Maybe I'm not close enough. Master's Aura. Yeah, I don't see it, so maybe it doesn't even work. I don't know, but I cast it all the time, and it gives regeneration for health, mana, as long as they're close, right? So anything that helps, right? That's my thought. Maybe it doesn't stack with the chorus. Maybe that's I'm wasting my time there. Maybe that's something I need to look at. And then I have Silence of the Forsaken, which is a lull for when I have to pull with her. And then I have Wave of Quietude. This is AoE mez. It's a 30-second mez, and I think it has a 35-second recast. I don't remember. It's got a recast on it. You can't just keep it going constantly, so it's actually very useful in some bad situations, so I like it. And then single target mez, which I can mez up to 103 here at 100. Hopefully I get a new one soon that will fix that, but that's kind of the spell slots I run. I don't really change these out very much, but it looks like I'm going to actually be changing this aura one out, so that's something I just noticed, and I'll have to fix that. But I have one melody that I run pretty much for everything, which is, so it's Aria, Arcane, War March, Spry, and then I skip 5, and then I go back 1, 2, no, I go 1, 8, so Suffering, then I go to 5, and then 2, 3, 4, 8, and then I just repeat this sequence over, so I can kind of get Suffering, I think is what I'm trying to get in there, Suffering and something else. I can't remember. I think I was trying to focus on getting Suffering in there, and it just, you know, it seems to work for me so far. I'm obviously far from optimized, and I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more, but that's kind of what I run, and it seems to work pretty well for me, right? Like if I go Melody Combat, Melody Rest is just 5 and 7, which is Live of Consendo and Seth. I don't use the Rest one very much, but it works for the most part, and I don't really notice these dropping off that much. They last long enough that I usually get back to them in time in the melody. My number 1 key is Cello Sonata, which is just fast run. So I have it whenever I hit 1, I'm getting speed, right? You'll notice that I like speed, and that's kind of why I like to run bards. My burn, we'll get to the burn actually here in a second. Let me finish this other row real quick. My assist macro is pretty simple. It's just X target 4, so I have my X turn to target, so Tawani is always 1, Nilv is always 2, Ketka is always 3. 4 is always whatever Tawani is targeting. So if I go over to Tawani and I target the dummy, boom, instantly pops up there. Like, I don't have to do an assist. I just immediately go straight to that button with Xtar 4. I turn on attack. I turn on Merc assist if Merc is not already on. And then I do... that's Sonata again. That's Sonata. That's so more run speed. I could probably switch that out for something else, but I just haven't done it yet. And then I have a hide corpse in there just so I don't have a bunch of corpses on this character. I have a secondary combat one, so if I want to get a little bit more damage out of the bard, I do Kako, Bladed Song, and Boastful Bellow. Then I turn on attack while doing X Target 4. And those do a little bit of damage. We'll show I'll show at the end how much damage that kind of does here in a second. And then I have another assist, which is the same as the first one. And these are on numpad 1 and numpad 3 because I do situational things, right? And on the monk, numpad 1 is pull. On the shaman, numpad 1 is dots. On the shaman, numpad 3 is slow. So I kind of have it set up so I can like do situational things, but I can still get them to assist if I want. And then I have a Mez X target 5, as you can see here. Like X target 4 is what we're fighting. X target 5 and below, so X target 5 to 19 is targets that would be on X target, right? So anything we're fighting is going to be there. If we have more than 3, we're probably going to die, honestly, because mobs hit so hard. But and I think on the shaman I have X target 20 as whatever the tank is. So it just, simple a little social macro here. Stops the song, targets 5, pauses for 5 seconds because for some reason sometimes there's like a delay between the stop song, so I put a little pause in there, and then it goes into the single target mez on that target, and I turn off my attack. And 99% of the time this works in mezes as long as the target is mezable, and she just does that. The mezes, there's 2 different kind of mezes for the bard, right? There's the one that knocks back, and then there's the one that just holds them in place. And the one that holds it in place, so we get one at I think it was 99, and then we'll get another one at probably 104. And then the one we get in between knocks them back. So whatever way she's facing, I think it goes the opposite way. So if I'm facing this way, the mob is going to be pushed behind me. It's kind of weird, it's annoying, but for the most part, it doesn't last long enough for it to matter. But that's X target 5, and then I have the exact same macro here for X target 6. And then I have one for the AoE mez, the Wave of the Quietude. So it just stops the song, turns off attack twice apparently, then pauses and casts that. And it usually works if it's got a little bit different of a level range, right? So this one doesn't say what the level range is, but I think it's 100, whereas the single target is 103. But I'm not 100% sure what the level range is on that, so. Let's see here. And then I have Sonic Disturbance. This is what I pull with on the bard. I manually click it. I don't have it on any buttons or anything like that, just because when I'm pulling with the bard, it's more of a deliberate kind of action versus the monk, where I'm pretty much chain pulling as much as I can. Let's see here. I got Origin, Thorn of Heroes, all my teleport items, just standard stuff there. And then the bottom row, I have my group up, which the group up is literally just invite Tawani. Because when I invite from Tawani to Ketka and Nilv, if the person being invited invites back to Tawani, it makes the follow button work. I don't know. I found it out on accident, but it works for me. So, and then all the special clickies from the special tab in here from the anniversary gifts, I guess you get a long time ago. So these are like the banker, the peddler, jester, and lessons of the devout. All right, so I said I'd come back to the burn. So I do Fierce Eye, which, let's go here, can activate class. Fierce Eye right here. Now, this is the first one I do. Inspires all group members to increase their base damage by 20%, critical damage by 20%, 300% chance to increase crits or procs, and increases your chance to do damage and healing criticals by 10% for 1 minute. That's pretty crazy right there, but it gets better. So you go to the Bard again. And another one, whole group, attack power by 1,000 points, accuracy by 7,900 points, reduce their base weapon delay by 13%. So another 2 minutes of just absolute badassery. Let's see here. I don't know why I have a stop in there. And then use item 17. 17 is the breastplate. Let's close that. So the breastplate here on the Bard is the song grants your group a group-based melee damage and spell damage, and bards get a better version of it. So it's I don't know. I don't use it very often. Well, when I do, it's everything dies. So it's just another massive damage increase to everybody. And then Lyrical Prankster, which is this one right here, summons 5 doppelgangers to distract the target. So it just kind of throws a little bit of chaos into the fight. And then Burn 2, Funeral Dirge, right here. When activated, increases the damage taken from melee attacks by 21%. And then after that 1 minute, it causes 30,000 damage. So another just massive amount of damage coming out of the Bard right there. Then I have the Kako here. This one does 3,250 damage and then 4,000 damage over time. So it's not as big. It's more of I could probably just use this on cooldown kind of thing, but I have it here just in case I forget to hit numpad 2. And then Frenzied Kicks, right? Frenzied Kicks, is it this one? Yeah, I don't have this ability yet because it's 105, but I have it in my macro so I don't forget it. I think when I copied these macros from my 102 Bard, I left that one. I mean 120 Bard, I left that one in there. And then this one just reduces the kick, the reuse time on our kick ability by 3 seconds for 24 seconds. Just we kick more. I don't think it really does much, but it's something. Dance of the Blades here. This is another one. When activated, guarantees you 100% chance to dual wield and double attack. Increases your chance to triple attack by 75 and perform a flurry of attacks, up to 2 additional attacks per successful primary slot, triple attack by 51%, your accuracy by 103%, and our melee attack chance with a 600% chance bonus to trigger Blade of Whirl, which deals 3,100 damage and reduces armor class and resistance and slow. So that's just a crazy ability. But that one is just insane overall. And then Disc 1000. See if I can get that one up here. 1,000 Blades. So this one here, this is from level 69, but it increases our accuracy, crit damage, and more crit chance and more critical stuff for 1 minute. Pretty nice. This is a new one I just got here at 100. I don't have it in any macros yet. Your steel reflexes, delivering 4 slash attacks, targeting large amount of slashing 4 slashing attacks to your target and restoring large amounts of mana to your group. So I don't have this one in my any of the macros yet, but this looks like something I'm probably going to want to run on cooldown, so I'll probably put it in, I'll probably put it here. If not, here actually, let's put it right here. Let's do it right now, live. Changing things up. Flex. I spelt that wrong. There, reflexive retort. So that'll be beneficial. I mean, it's a 10-minute reuse, and it's only 300 stamina, so kind of nice. And it doesn't conflict with anything else, so. And we can put it in burn 3 too. So burn 3 is Song of Stone, which is right here. Summons 9 level 83 gargoyles to attack for you for 60 seconds. Just another massive amount of damage. Then we also do Spire, which is more damage. Just adds all kinds of different effects to us, mostly increasing our melee damage or critical damage, and everything else that I can possibly think of. Minimum damage increases the damage done by spells that cost at least that. It's just insane, and this does it all on the group members too, so it's just a crazy thing. And then Valagnorous Shout, which does 15,000 damage, stun, and lowers resist, and then it does 110,000 damage when it fades. So it's just another one of those crazy attacks that we can just throw in there and get some extra damage out of there. And I think that's like everything. Like everything's macroed, I think, for the most part. Bards have illusion masks that last forever, like this one here. It lasts for like 29 minutes or 29 hours or something like that. 30 hours. There we go. And, you know, now we're halfling. So bards are very, very, very cool when it comes to that. But let's take a look at our damage here. Let me get Tawani a little closer, because she's the one with the log right now. All right. Oh, so we're not going to click anything, and we're just going to play songs. So let's do that. So bards don't do a lot of damage. I mean, you can see here 11,000 DPS, and these are with new weapons I just got. So a little bit, you know, what is this thing here? Con. This is an even con level 100 mob, so pretty fair assessment there. But you can see, you know, not a whole lot of damage. I'm going to do my combat ability AA button here. So it's these 3 AAs. They're going to initiate it into this. There we go. It didn't really increase our DPS much at all, as you can see. We do have Puma on us, or Snow Leopard. Yeah, that's the bard thing. So, you know, it's not exactly a whole lot of damage. We can get it again. It's still not going up. So bards are not really a DPS class at this point. Later on, they'll start doing a little bit more damage. And if we turn on the burns, right? So let me turn on Tawani here, and let's do burn 1, burn 2, burn 3, and just let her go. All right. See if I can get the DPS back in. So now I'm up to, you know, Tawani's doing Tawani things, right? There we go. So she's up to 17,000. And I don't know why Tawani's not doing. She was doing 50,000 in the last video. I don't know why she's doing less now. There we go. Let's get a burn here. Get that going. These burns are all going to stay forever because we're in the thing zone. You can see the little pets down there at the bottom. Let's see if we can get that in there. There we go. 48,000. 44. We're burning and we're not getting that DPS back up. That's crazy. There we go. So kind of have to play it from Tawani because the way I have this set up. But there we go. Let's get that going. There we go. And the shaman pet's going to join in, but it doesn't really matter. I think that is absolutely useless. There we go. And we'll do this for a few minutes here. So we're up to 58,000. It's not really giving us as much as I wanted. We need to get the Epic 1. Or Epic 2.0 for the what you call it here. There we go. Get that going. Looking good. See if I can get more of that going. So now I'm up to 70,000 DPS on Tawani and 27,000 DPS on the Bard. But, I mean, doesn't even compare to that. I have the mercenaries turned off right now, so they won't mess, like do more damage or whatever. But we can kind of see. I'll turn, let me turn the melee DPS one on. We can kind of see how much damage she does. If she'll attack this target dummy. I don't think she will. There we go. I don't know why my Eagle Strike's going up on her, but it's going there. So let's get the combat monitor back on. So got up to 28k DPS while 20's up to almost 100k. Just burning through this thing, right? I don't know how sustainable that is. I think 70k is more sustainable for her DPS. 50 normal and 70 to 80k outside of that. But you can see how much the Bard is adding to this, right? All these different little proc songs are just going off and just making Tawani stronger. And that's the whole reason why I added a Bard to the group, right? You know, it's a very boxing focused video, but you can kind of just see how much damage. I broke 100k now. Almost 30k on the Bard. So eventually the Bard will start doing more damage. I don't know what it is but by 120 she should be doing over 100k DPS. But yeah, there we go. Turn Tawani off here. There we go. So I think that covers everything. I can't think of anything else. Bards get tracking. I always track. That's another benefit to having a Bard. You can always know where the names are. And that is actually very beneficial when you're hunting. Fading Memories just clears your aggro 100%. It takes, I think, endurance, I believe. Or is it mana? It takes mana. It takes a little bit of mana. You know, you don't want to have that going. You don't want to burn your mana. You don't want to burn all your mana. There's some other songs I could be singing, like Insult and I think Suffering, but I just haven't put them into my rotation yet. I think I think at 100 I got the first Insult, I believe. I just haven't really put those in yet, but definitely a good time. Hopefully this video was helpful to everybody that has a Bard. I play mine as a box Bard. You would change up slightly, I guess, if you're playing it as a main, but for the most part this is what I do. You could optimize your spells however you want. In the Heroic 100 video for the Bard, I did like a solo Bard, which I don't really recommend because that wasn't a fun experience for me. Trying to kite mobs around where I could just have two characters and have a better time, or group with people and have a better time. So if you have to, solo as possible, just load up all your chants, put them all in a melody, and target the mob and snare it, and then run around in circles, and that's how you're going to kill it. It's not too difficult, but it's annoying and it's time consuming versus what you can do with other characters. But thank you very much for watching and have a fantastic day.